In this video, we will learn about different topic or different question related to electric potential. First question is work done by field of nucleus in complete circular orbit of electron. Second part of this question, what if orbit is elliptical? Nucleus with some proton or neutron and proton nucleus orbits in which electrons are rotating. As we know, electrostatics force of attraction exists between nucleus and electron for two electron revolve around the nucleus. Means for electron to revolve around the nucleus, electrostatic force is required. Where this electrostatic force of attraction between nucleus and electron is always conservative in nature. This is conservative force. And for conservative force, work done around a closed path is always 0. F2ds is always 0 for conservative force. So electrostatic force is conservative as electron tried to revolve a complete circular path around a circular path. So it's moving from starting from one point and ending at the same point. Initial and final position is same. For conservative force, it depends upon initial and final position, but independent of path followed. Do not depend upon the path followed. So it's conservative in nature, so work done is 0. Second part was if the path is elliptical. As conservative force never depend upon path followed or shape of the path. Conservative force never depend upon it. So either the path is circular, elliptical, rectangular, square, or whatever the path. If it is closed, then work done is always 0. So even if the path is elliptical and it's closed, the work done is again 0. Next, we know electric field is discontinuous across the surface of charged conductor. Is electric potential also discontinuous there? No. Potential is always continuous. Suppose if it is not continuous, always remember one thing, as I discussed with you, behavior of a conductor in electric field, that electric potential is always constant or continuous. If it is not continuous, then it start flowing from body. If not continuous, means just discontinuous. At some point it's high and at some point it's low, it means discontinuous. Then it start moving from high to low up to when the potential is same on the body. So that if the potential is discontinuous, it try to make itself continuous by flowing from high to low. So potential is always continuous on the surface of a conductor. Describe systematically equipotential surface corresponding to constant electric field in z direction. First part is electric field is along z direction and its constant means uniform. Second, it's not increasing, it's remaining same. Second, if field is uniformly increasing, magnitude but remain in constant direction. Again means field is acting along z direction, but now its value is increasing uniformly. Third, a single positive charge at origin. So for the single positive charge at origin, we know that equipotential surfaces are concentric circles, equispaced concentric circles. And for electric field along z direction, suppose this is z direction, electric field acting along, we know that for this electric field is always a plane perpendicular to xy, perpendicular to z axis means xy planes. So equipotential surfaces are plane perpendicular to z axis means along xy, but these are equispaced. Planes are equispaced. But if field is along the z direction, but it's increasing in magnitude. We know that E is equals to minus dV by dr. If E is increasing, then distance between them decreases. Means the spacing between these plates will vary. This spacing between the equipotential surface will vary. Here it's same, but here it's decreasing. How is decreasing? D1 is more, D2 is less, D3 is more or less. So D3 spacing is decreasing with increase of field. But if field is decreasing, then spacing increase. Now, as one more thing we can learn from there, as we know that equipotential surface also represent the strength of field. If they lie close to each other, means strong field. If they lie away from each other, means weak field. As we know, with the distance E is increasing, so distance between them already obviously decreased to represent the strong electric field. These are the concentric circle for the sphere. Next is a small sphere of radius r1 and charge q1 is enclosed by a radius r2 by charge q2, like this in the figure. Show that if charge q1 is positive, charge necessarily flow from the sphere to shell, no matter what the charge q2 on the shell. So potential on the inner sphere is equals to potential due to its own charge and due to the shell. But potential on the cell, as there it do not contain q1, so it's this. So what we represent? Shell having this charge. So potential difference between them, if we subtract 1 and 2, this term get cancelled with this term, so we just get q1 term. With q1. So from here, potential difference just depend upon q1. It do not depend upon the charge on shell. Thus, potential difference do not depend upon the charge on shell. Next, if they are connected through a wire, then always if q1 is positive, q2 is less, then charge always flow from high to low potential. Means charge always flow from sphere to shell. Next, top of atmosphere is 400 kilovolt with respect to the surface of earth, corresponding to an electric field that decreases with altitude. Near the surface of earth, the field is about 100 volt per meter. Why then we do not get electric shock as we step our houses into the open? Our body and the ground form an equipotential surface. Our body and ground, they both form an equipotential surface. As we step into the open, the original equipotential surface of open air changes. Keeping our head and ground at same potential. Means if we will observe shock only when there is potential difference between our head and feet. But if there is no potential difference between head and feet, means this is also at potential V, this is also at potential V, means their potential difference is 0. In that case, a human body do not observe any shock. any shock. Any shock. So due to the equipotential surface on the head and feet, there is no potential surface, no potential difference, so no shock is there that a human body can observe. Hence, we do not get an electric shock. Next question is, name the physical quantity whose SI unit is joule per coulomb, that is electric potential, and electric potential is always a scalar quantity. It's always a scalar quantity. Next is, why electrostatic field is 0 inside the conductor? Because charge inside the conductor is 0. Charge Q inside the conductor is 0. Q is 0. If Q is 0, then E is 0. But if E is 0, then from relation E is equals to minus dV by dr, V is constant. So conductors also act as equipotential surfaces. Next question is again same. Now come to sixth question. Why must electric field normal to the surface at every point on the charge conductor? Why electric field is to be normal? Suppose this is surface of conductor. As electric field is always normal to every surface or at every point of the conductor, suppose electric field is tangential also. It's tangential also. It means charge start flowing over the surface. If charge start flowing, it means work is said to be not equals to 0. Means there is some work done, work is not equals to 0. Means charge starting experiencing some force, that's why it's starting flowing. If force is there, then work done is not equals to 0. But as conductor is acting as an equipotential surface, and for equipotential surface, work done is always equals to 0. If work done equals to 0 and work done equals to F dot ds, this is also the formula. From equation 1 and 2, we get F dot ds is equals to 0. So from here, F is also 0. So for the conductor, force acting on the charged particle is always 0. If force is 0, that's why work done is 0. And if E tangential is present there, then force is not equals to 0, which is not possible. For force to be 0 means E is perpendicular to the surface. So that's why electric field is always perpendicular to the surface. Next question. Why is electrostatic potential constant throughout the volume? That I already explained you. For a conductor, charge is 0 inside the conductor. If charge is 0, electric field is 0, and electric field is 0 means potential is constant, from which relation E is equals to minus dV by dr. If E is 0, it doesn't mean that V is 0, it means V is constant. Next is geometrical shape of equipotential surface for single isolated charge. It's concentric circles which are equally spaced for Q greater than 0 and Q less than 0. Then equipotential surface for the same charges. If we have same charges means positive, negative. Inside field is weak, so they are lying far away from each other, and here field is strong, so they are lying close to each other. For unlike charges means one positive and other negative. In this case, inside field is strong, so they lie close to each other, and here field is weak, so they lie away from each other. Because equipotential surface also represent the field strength. If they lie close to each other, then electric field is strong. If they lie away from each other, then electric field is weak over there. Next is, if we have uniform electric field, then its equipotential surfaces are always plane perpendicular to the field. If field is along z-axis, then plane are along x and y-axis. If field along y-axis, then planes are along xz-axis. If field is along x-axis, then planes are along yz-axis or yz plane. These are the questions related to electric